Let's get through a couple things here right out of the gate. As far as the weekend is concerned, we'll talk about three teams. One is the White Sox, then the Blue Jays, and then later on the Giants. Let's do the White Sox first. They got swept at Yankee Stadium, lost 3 in a row to the Yankees, which is no sin. The Yankees are on fire right now. Cole did pitch. 26-19 for the White Sox for the year, but it's a little bit of a wake-up call for Chicago of where they think they might be as far as the division is concerned, or in the American League is concerned. And the big game here was on Friday night. It was a unique game Friday night. Obviously great pitching by both Montgomery and Rondon early, a lot of strikeouts, and of course the White Sox battling back after being down 1-0. The home run by Torres, which, by the way, went over the right field wall. Only ballpark in the country where that would have been a home run off Kopech here in the 7th inning. But the White Sox battled back. Could have gotten more. Nice play by Judge. Then a triple play. And then, of course, the 9th inning Torres again. That's the game the White Sox had to win this weekend, because you knew with Cole, who's on fire right now, that was going to be a tough game Saturday. And then if you lose the first two, the Yankees are flying, and then all of a sudden the White Sox get a little shy, and they get in trouble there on Sunday, lose the game in the extra innings. Worried about the White Sox bullpen. I've said that all year long. That bullpen is highly overrated. They've lost a lot of games in that bullpen all season. I don't also love their pitching. Rendon's done a great job. Keuchel's not as good as he was. Cease in a big spot did not respond. A little worried about that, too. I think the White Sox, I think at the end of the day, the Yankees are the better team. I mean, it's what it comes down to. The Yankees, of course, won this weekend. They didn't have Britton, and they didn't have, obviously, Stanton, and they still swept the White Sox. Yankees might get better now, not get worse. They got a lot of momentum. They were 5-10. Now they're about 8-9 games over 500. The Red Sox are not going to do this forever. The White Sox, obviously, this is a gut punch to them. Let's see how a young team like this responds. A little adversity. Last year, they did not respond with adversity. This is where a manager comes in. Let's see if Russo can get them regrouped here after the sweep at Yankee Stadium over the weekend. I think this is almost as much about the Yankees as it is about the White Sox. But I needed the White Sox to win a game. I said 3 competitive games when we left you last Thursday. Needed 3 very competitive, at least Alanna. I left you. Alanna did a great job for you Friday, but they needed 3 competitive games on Thursday when I left. They gave you 2, but they didn't give you the 3rd, and they lost all of them. So you would have, if you could have lived with this blowout Saturday, if they would have won one of the other games on Friday and Sunday, and the White Sox did not do that. So we'll check in on them periodically throughout the year. The Yankees might be off and running there in the American League East. They're going to be flying right now. They feel good about themselves. Torres seems to be back in the mix. I mean, they've gotten Gardner's doing a little better. Sanchez is doing a little better. Obviously, Voigt's now part of the team. Stanton's going to return, and they're pitching with Herman, and of course, Tyon was good yesterday. Cole's been superb. Kluber, the no-hitter. I mean, the Yankees are dangerous right now in the American League. Toronto's in some trouble. I mean, they've lost 5 in a row down that little ballpark in Dunedin. They go to Buffalo here shortly. That's also an issue, no home field advantage. They're 23-22. The walks yesterday in the 9th inning against the hot Rays team is unacceptable. They got 3 good teams ahead of them right now. The Red Sox are 10 over. The Yankees are around the same. Tampa's 10 over. The Blue Jays are only 1 over. They got the Orioles behind them, but they got 3 teams ahead of them, all significantly over 500. The Blue Jays starting pitching is never superb. The bullpen yesterday, Chatwood was terrible. That's a horrendous performance. They got lost 2 9th inning games this week with their bullpen. J.D. Martinez hit the 2-run homer in one of those games. The Red Sox, when they trailed in the 9th, the 5 walks yesterday was they lost the game in extra innings. I mean, they gave up 4 runs in the 12th to Tampa. Very, very, very spotty for Toronto. This is a young team. It's a big gut punch for them. Let's see how they respond. They go to Yankee Stadium. Now, they get a break, no Cole. He pitched Friday. And then they go to Cleveland, a break there. Bieber, he goes Thursday. So they do miss 2 of the big starters. And the Blue Jays are cocky enough, young enough, aggressive enough. They can hit, but they play well against the Yankees. But now they go play the Yankee team that is playing for something in May, not in September, when the Blue Jays usually beat the Yankees. Now they play them in the middle of May when the Yankees are on the run. The Blue Jays are reeling. Let me see the Blue Jays beat a series, and the Yankees have won like about 8 series in a row. Let me see the Blue Jays come to Yankee Stadium and win 2 out of 3. I'd be stunned if they did that. I think Toronto has fallen off some. I'd be very worried about them in the American League East. Losing 5 games in a row, albeit at home in a weird home field scenario. But 2 of those ninth-inning losses, the 2 teams that are above you in the American League East, is not a good sign as far as the Blue Jays go. That's team number 2 in the American League. Team number 3 is the Giants, who you knew were due for a little, corrected marketplace scenario. Here come the Dodgers. They walked into San Francisco. They got great pitching both games. Bauer beat them. Buehler beat them. Obviously, a big home run by Chris Taylor right out of the gate off Wood. That's all the Dodgers need. Dodgers scored 1,000,000 runs yesterday. They scored, it was like 10-0 in the 3rd inning, and the Giants end up losing 11-5. The Dodgers are very comfortable playing you any way you want to play it. You want to go out slug them. If you're getting that kind of game, they're going to outslug you. You want to try to beat them pitching-wise? Well, they got Buehler, Bauer, Kershaw, and the other kid, Urias, who was great yesterday. So they can beat you there, too. So anyway you want to play the Dodgers, they will go out there and they can play you. And the Giants, obviously, are a team that is pretty good pitching with a lot of veterans. They have a pretty resourceful offensive team, veterans with Posey having a great year. But they're not great in any category. The Dodgers are, and the Dodgers' greatness shown through this weekend. Plus, they walked in at AT&T with a lot of confidence and hot. And the Giants walked in there hot, too. They had a great road trip, 4 straight in Cincinnati. But, deep end of the pool against the Dodgers. Now, they have played well against San Diego this year. They have won 2 series, the Giants, against the Padres. They have 5-4 against them in the 9 games. But this was a big slap in the face if you're a Giant fan. You talked, really, look at us, we're in first place, haven't gotten a crack at the Dodgers yet, with this, with that. And the Dodgers basically back into their hand, the back palm of their hand. Get out of here. Get out. And that's what the Dodgers did. I mean, they 2-0. They with Bauer right out of the gate, pitched great, confidently. Buehler is Buehler, and then they basically walked all over the Giants yesterday. So we'll see how the Giants recover here. They get plenty of opportunities. That was the first series against the Dodgers this year. They got plenty more, and the Giants don't listen. Under Kapler, they've been competitive. They don't give up. They got veterans. They have a workmanlike and an effective pitching staff. But it's a pitching staff that needs everything to break right to be good for 162. There are a lot of discarded pitchers from other organizations who anchor the Giants staff. Wood discarded. The kid from the Reds discarded. Cueto's been banged up a lot. They got a Logan Webb, and they got a lot of guys who were somewhere else and then found a little, cocoonish with the Giants. Let's see them do this over 162. That was a big wake-up call. Toronto may not be that good, all right? Toronto might be a year or 2 away. They need some pitching. Their bullpen was very good until recently, but they may not be that good, and there's 3 decent teams above them. I think the White Sox got a little slap in the face, and the Giants got a little slap in the face. Now, be fair. They might have gotten these organizations, these teams, slap in the faces with the 2 best teams in baseball, but slaps nevertheless. All right, that's where we begin on a busy afternoon. Alanna's got the thoughts from that Brushback, and she joins us here. Alanna, how are you today, pal? How are you? Okay?
Good to see you. Yeah, I have a question for you, though. How much of the White Sox getting swept out of the Bronx is because the Yankees are just playing very well right now? Again, the Vegas favorite to win the AL pennant, or because of anything that happened as far as the discourse between Tony La Russa and your mean Mercedes? Is there any part of that? Anything going on with the distraction, or are the Yankees just that much better?
I knew people would ask that. Let's say it this way. At 1-1, top of the 9th on Friday night, 1st and 2nd, nobody on against Chapman. Was anybody talking about the White Sox and the whole thing with Mercedes? Not a word.
No.
Hitting to a triple play.
Not a word.
That's the reason why I wouldn't go there. Plus, yesterday, they scored a run against Chapman. First time he's had a blown save all year with the home run. So I would not say that, but I understand people are now going to allude to that. I think the key with the White Sox right now, Alanna, is to see how they regroup with La Russa. If he can sort of, this is a terrible series for them. They can say anything they want. They got walked into New York. Everybody was thinking about the White Sox, and they got ambushed. Let me see how they respond to this here down the road. But go ahead. How about the Dodgers with the Giants?
Dodgers and the
ahead.
Giants. Here's the thing about the Dodgers and the Giants. They're starting to play very, very well, the Dodgers are, and they're about to get Cody Bellinger back, which is a huge piece to their puzzle. They're also getting Zach McKinstry back, who has shown already that he can play a little bit in the outfield and is another versatile player that they're going to like. The thing about the San Francisco Giants, as you said, they had been playing well. But the Dodgers aren't surprising anybody when the Dodgers play well. And the thing I noticed is if you want to separate yourself in the division, you have to play well against teams with winning records. And the Giants weren't able to do that this weekend against the Dodgers in San Francisco. Now, they're going to get another chance quickly because they're going to play 4 games against the Dodgers, but those games are in LA. Now, I do feel like the competition tends to be a little bit overmatched when you can play with these guys, the big guns, you know, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning, but then the Dodgers start to be the Dodgers and start to crush you. They're just too good, and I don't think you or I have disagreed that we still think the Dodgers are going to win the National League West. We still think the Dodgers are going to win the pennant in the National League. And if you want to show that you can play with them, you absolutely have to at least take 2 of 3 when you're at home, and they didn't do that.
100%. The thing about the Giants that would worry you, they have played 7 games against the Reds. They played 10 games against Colorado. They had 2 games against Texas. They played 2 series against Miami. They played a series against Seattle. And they played a series against the Pirates. Now, those are terrible teams. Terrible. And the Giants have played all of them. So that would concern me here a little bit. Is that 4-game series this weekend in LA?
It is. It is.
We'll see how they do. Need a split. Giants need a split. We'll see if they can get that.